Hi Soul Fam, welcome back to this channel. If we haven't met before, I'm Frances, founder and lead practitioner at For Noble. I'm so excited and honored to be here with you today for our weekly tarot reading, which we do here on this channel every single Monday. So don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any of the readings. If you are seeing this video after the week that it was recorded, please trust that it found you at exactly the right time and the reading will still apply to you. But again, don't forget to subscribe so moving forward, you can watch them in real time. So we are using the For Noble Tarot deck. This is a sustainably made, hand illustrated deck, and if you would like to purchase it yourself, please go ahead and check out the description box below. It comes with the 78 tarot cards and then a guidebook as well. In this guidebook, you get instructions on how to connect with your deck when you first receive it, how to work with tarot cards and read cards for yourself. It also has tarot card templates in there, or spread templates in there, so that you can have a spread for abundance, a spread for love, a spread for physical health, and that kind of helps guide you through the process of reading cards. And then, of course, there are descriptions for every single one of the cards here. So let's go ahead and dive in for our reading for this week. So please feel free to join me here. We're just going to connect energy, working in the light and the highest for everyone here's greatest good and deepest understanding at this time. Keeping my energy on, cleansed and protected, and everyone who's watching's energy on, cleansed and protected as well. Welcoming in my spiritual team, and each and every person here is spiritual team. Good. All right, let's dive in. So I'm just gonna spread the cards, and I'm gonna hover my hand over them. Again, you can join me in this if you would like. Feel free to just close your eyes, set your intention, bringing your energy here, but don't worry, I can feel it if you just wanna watch. So I'm just gonna hover my hand and choose the cards, what we need to know this week. What do we need to know this week? Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna start with these three cards. I say interesting because sometimes when I pull tarot, actually very frequently when I pull tarot, when my finger will touch multiple cards. Now, when that happens for me, that means that all of those cards want to come. So like if I place my hand down and touch 2 cards at a time or 3 cards at a time, I pull all of them. Today, they were very specific, 3 cards. My hands only touched 1 card at a time. So we're gonna start with these 3 here, and then we'll see if there is any more guidance. I never like to push for guidance, right? Sometimes this is all we need, and sometimes we need to know more. So we'll see as we go. Okay, first card. Queen of Pentacles. So this has been repeat messaging for us. Queen of Pentacles, she came up last week. This is about connection to your inner wisdom, your inner knowledge, your mind, as well as to abundance of all forms. Now, this does include financial abundance, but it also includes connection to nature. How this is coming through this week, though, last week was a little bit more of that nature connection in order to connect inward. This week it's coming up a little bit more specifically to those tangible, more logical things in life. So again, our brain and our mental health, as well as money, potentially even those 2 things together, how our finances are affecting our mental health. So this could be a really great week to take a look at your finances, take a look at your financial goals, take a look at your savings, we have tax season coming up, your taxes, making sure everything's in order with that. I know it doesn't sound like very exciting, but for some reason, this is a really great week to do that. Actually, what's coming up is this is kind of the last week, if you're watching this the week that it was recorded, before we dive into holiday season, especially if you live in the United States. We have Thanksgiving coming next week if you celebrate that, and then we kind of dive right into all the holidays that come in December. So the end of the year tends to kind of rush by, and then it's January and we're like, oh my gosh, like we maybe don't have time to even check in with those financial goals. And so what's coming through now is this is a really great week to yes, like check in with our finances, our financial goals, and maybe even financial strain, and see what we can do to help alleviate some of that and or achieve the goals that we are seeking. Because I can feel a little bit of stress around it. Maybe it's stress around buying gifts for the holidays. Maybe you want to start thinking about, talking with your family about a gift budget. We're not going to go over $50 or $5 or $200 or whatever it is that's within your budget. But again, it's just kind of about getting that under control this week, so that your mind can relax. Yeah. The second piece of this is a more holistic view, and it's a really beautiful one. Identifying what abundance means to you. So yes, financial abundance can fall into that, but abundance means so much more than financial abundance. So for me, abundance means freedom of time, freedom of finances, meaning I feel like I can be A, safe and pay for what I need to pay for, but B, have a little bit extra to go out to eat when I want to, or buy myself the sweater that I saw, or, whatever it may be. And also, but it mainly for me means like the freedom of my heart. Yeah, so not stressed about money, having enough time to enjoy my life, and having enough time and energy to connect with myself and the people that I love around me. Yeah, so money does come into it, but it's not so much for the money, it's for the freedom that the financial safety can bring me. So then step 2 of that is, okay, so am I actually okay, right? If I need, we're going to use easy numbers, $10 in my account per month to feel safe, once I hit that $10, I can relax, right? If I get $11, $12, $20, that's all extra. But once I hit the $10, I'm like, okay, I'm good. And so it's the ability to release the need for more, right? So just checking in with your relationship to abundance this week. Yes, financial, but also defining what abundance means to you in all forms. Okay. And again, Queen of Pentacles, you are the master. You can do this. You are in charge here. So don't be afraid, especially if you never have before taken charge in your finances. Don't be afraid to ask the questions or do what you need to do so that you feel safe and secure. Okay. Okay. That last piece was important for some of you. So I want you to take note of that, okay? You're allowed to be involved in your finances. Yeah? Okay. All right, next. Interesting energy here. So 10 of Swords. Also, I hope you guys can see these. Sometimes I rewatch them and I'm like, oh, dang it, it's blurry. So if it's blurry as I'm talking, I apologize. I can't see what's going on. So we have the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is about endings. It's about the completion of a cycle. Again, I feel like this is almost like a figurative end of the year, because again, come next week, things start to rush, and then it is the new year. So they're saying intentional closings. This week, what has been taking up energy, establishing the answer to this question, what has been taking up energy that you don't want to bring with you into the holiday season, and even more so into the new year? So maybe that's work projects. Maybe that's financial stress, as Queen of Pentacles alluded to. Maybe that's habits, relational like patterns that you don't want to continue. It could be, what else is coming through? Eating habits, things that you want to either loosen on, like, yes, I can eat the cupcake, or like, hey, I've been eating a lot of dairy and I'm starting to feel it in my sinuses. I want to, start cutting some of that out a little bit, whatever it may be for you. And the final piece is, I'm hearing the word restriction. Wherever you feel restriction in your life, your heart is seeking right now like openness and freedom and movement and play and joy. And there's a lot of things right now that are not allowing you to feel that way. So how to move through that is, number 1, cutting those things off if possible. Whatever is making you feel restricted, if you can, or pain, if you can cut them off, i.e. not do them anymore or not allow them into your life anymore. Or number 2, reframe the mindset around it. So let's go back to the Queen of Pentacles example. If part of your restriction, feeling that tightness, is around money, I'm nervous, I don't have enough, that feeling, mindset shift. Well, abundance to me actually means having enough to pay my rent and having time and energy to spend with myself and with my friends and family. I have that, so I'm free. I can relax, right? Mindset shift. So just checking in there. But the kind of like big picture with this card is, what is not working, what is not feeling good, and how can you either end it or shift it? That could be a great journal prompt or meditation prompt for some of you. What is not feeling good? What is making me feel restricted? And how can I either end it or shift it? Okay. Great. Okay. And then lastly, goodness, a lot of energy coming up this week. I mean, we are still in Scorpio season, which can be a little heavier for some people, but it's intense. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, my nose just got really itchy. This has happened before to the point where I needed to call it out. The nose is related to the throat chakra for me. And so when this comes up, throat chakra is like feeling tight, which kind of goes back to that restriction piece there. What's important to note that's coming up that I need to share with you about the throat chakra. Throat chakra is about external communication, right? The way that we communicate with others, but it's also about internal communication. Our voice within our own head, how we speak to ourselves. And it's so pertinent with this card that I just flipped, because that card is Judgment. The Judgment card asks us, where are we passing judgment? Or where are we being too hard on ourselves? Where are we not seeing clearly? And how can we reestablish the truth of what is, right? Communicating that either to the world around us or to ourselves. So inner critic voice, self-judgment, that's not the truth, right? Francis, you're the worst. You didn't show up today and you are a failure. That's not the truth. That's an ego, loud judgment, inner critic bully. The truth is, if I were to activate my throat chakra, which you can actually do by pressing right here, gently, a couple times. You tried really hard today. And maybe you didn't achieve everything that you wanted to, but I'm proud of you for showing up. I love you. Right? See that energy shift? It even comes back into the Ten of Swords energy of like, I hate you, to like, I love you. It's okay. You did your best. So Judgment card is reminding you to, number one, be kind to yourself. But number two, be honest with yourself. You are a failure. You are the worst. That's not actually the truth. What is the truth? Yeah. Part two of Judgment is always making sure that you're not passing judgment on others. So not jumping to conclusions, trying to see the full picture before you make a decision. Essentially moving a little slower and seeing things from all sides, because judgment on others just causes ickiness within our own energy, right? And so learning to either release it, Ten of Swords energy, I don't even want to be in that energy because I'm not being kind, I'm not feeling good energy coming back. That means that this is out of alignment and it needs to be cut off. Or, hey, what is this reflecting back within myself that maybe I need to be honest about, that I need to heal within me? Or am I just not being kind right now? And how can I approach this from a more compassionate lens? Yeah. So I actually feel like that was a lot of guidance this week from these three cards. I don't feel the need to pull any more, but I want to recap. Essentially, Queen of Pentacles, check in on your finances in order to improve your mental health and your stress levels, and then redefine your definition of abundance. Ten of Swords, cut off or shift things that are not making you feel good or that make you feel restricted. And then Judgment, be kind to yourself and to others around you, making sure that you are speaking either verbally or internally in your mind the actual truth, not the perceived truth, but the actual truth of the situation, and giving yourself time to do that, with compassion. Okay? All right, everyone. Beautiful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, or please feel free to share how this resonated with you. I always love reading that. If you would like to donate, I will leave my PayPal donation link to the love jar there. Thank you all so much for those donations. It really, really helps me to show up every week for you with energy, and just, it's such a joy to be able to do this, but those donations really do help keep my cup full so I can continue showing up. So thank you very, very much for those, and again, I'll leave that link in the description. And finally, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel so that you can be here for our tarot readings every single Monday, and Reiki charged guided meditations and sound healings on Thursdays. Sending so much love to you, and I look forward to seeing you soon.